He's fired up. I'm fired up. Welcome back. Week 6. I got it right this time.
Nailed it.
Week 6, DJNYC. Hey, I'm not sick anymore. Are you sick?
Am I sick? No, why?
I don't know. You seemed a little sick. Maybe you're just sick in the head.
You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of fucking college football injury reports, but we'll get into that later. That's making me absolutely fucking ill. Sick to my
I think that is something that will be regulated soon.
You know what? I don't care what your stance on gay marriage, abortion, gun control. If you just come to me and you're like, Ben, I promise in my district you will know injury reports by Thursday, I'll be like, put them in, send that man to Washington.
I don't even care what else he does.
Don't care. That's a good man right there.
That's a good man right there.
Oh, man. I don't. You know what? I don't even want to. I have way too much. I have too many picks. I just want to get right into it. I want to go into recap. I'm gonna start with me because Frank, we like to say that people get hot every week.
Yeah.
This was a Wall Street crashing week out of you. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
If you tailed Frankie's picks last week, you're probably not listening to the show because you're probably on an island somewhere.
It's actually crazy.
Crazy. But let's go through Yinzer. I know a lot of people have been saying, like, Yinzer, you start off so strong. What's happening? I'm like, listen, we just hit a low. We went back. We watched the film, and we're gonna come up even stronger. But let's go through last week. Yep. Louisville -3. That was a push. That hurt a lot. My 14 parlay, which
I tailed that, by the way.
Pushed. So UGA, Tennessee, TCU, 2-unit loser because of Mountaineers. Notre Dame -0.5, BYU +8, 1-unit winner. Memphis -3.5, lost by the hook. That's a 1-unit play.
That was tough.
And then the under UConn, that somehow was flying under till about the third quarter, and they scored about 27 points in the third. That'll do it. So last week, down 3 units. I'm still at +4.5, so I'm still above water quite a bit.
Yep.
Frankie Dimes, let's just go to your week. I'm just going to list these off. You tell me if it won or lost for those people playing along at home.
Okay.
Georgia Southern -6.
That was a layup.
Kiss. That's a winner. What about Oklahoma team total 34.5? They scored 33?
They scored like 50. Dude, I was texting you as it happened. They scored 21 in the first quarter. I was like, I think this is good. They had 40 by halftime.
That was in by half. So you could have turned the game off. You could have taken the girl apple picking. That's a winner. USC -11.5 first half. How about that?
That was also good.
Never in doubt. Maryland -14.
That was also good. Indiana has quit on football this year.
And Louisville -3. That's a push. Should have been
a push.
But last week, Yinzy F baby 1-3-1 -3 units. Frankie Dimes 4-0-1 +6 units. Last week we were 5-3-2 on the week, so that's a 3-unit week. If you
we'll take that.
We'll take that. Yinzy is sitting at 4.5. Dimes at 18.5. We are sitting at an electric 23 units. This is our recording year. 23 units.
Dude, it sucks that we're not famous, or at least I'm not famous, and then you could just also be along for the ride. I
just want to be there.
Because imagine us having a college football podcast that is up 23 units. Do you think we'd get investigated?
I think we would. I think the feds would be at our door. What upsets me is literally every week we say this. We're like, we're gonna win. We're not gonna lose. If one of us has a bad week, the other picks us up. Yeah. I tell people, I'm like, don't play favorites. You play both of us. You play it straight down.
Yeah.
Gospel.
Yeah.
But last week they said up 23 units, and these are all documented picks. If you don't believe me, I do the recap at the beginning and at the end of every show. So if you want to go check us, check the recap.
You do a good job of that.
Listen to the picks. They're not hidden. We're not making you pay for them.
Nope.
But before you go on anything, I just need to clear out. I need a space because
take off.
I got fucked twice last week. Okay. Pause. Daniel's not playing for Kansas. Kansas was one of my big plays last week. Right before I'm driving home, I play Kansas. Now, you say, Yinzy, why aren't you checking the injury reports? I assumed that the starting quarterback for a major Power 5 team would be on an injury report. Maybe I'd hear about it Wednesday or Thursday. No, Saturday wakes up back tightness, which is something old men of the country club had, but back tightness, he doesn't play. So Daniels doesn't.
That's like hockey, lower body discomfort.
LBI.
Yeah.
And then Garrett Green, who, remember, if you listen to the pod last week, I said this is my 4-unit play. And I said, if Green doesn't play, make it a 3. If Green plays, make it a 1. And as soon as I heard Green was playing, I was like, as soon as I heard it, I started getting like a pit in the stomach. I'm like,
this is losing.
That's not coming in.
Yeah.
You
just know.
He changed the scope of the offense. I'm glad the Mountaineers won 4-1.
Just keep betting against him.
honestly, I will. If that's all it takes, if it takes for Neil Brown to get that $11 million contract, is me fading them every week.
Yeah.
Bless them, I'll do it. I've never been more happy to be wrong, but that's also one of those things. I'm gonna flip flop. We said earlier in the pod, a couple weeks ago, we said, bet these numbers when they come out. But with how these injury reports are, I'm starting to take it like the NFL, where I'm not waiting till Susie Colbert tells me what's going on.
Yeah.
Until Adam Schefter says, here's who's in. Because especially at the quarterback, this isn't a left tackle. This isn't a slot receiver. This is the quarterback. It's it's the person that makes the offense go. So not having that in 2 games, I was on the wrong side of both of those. That kind of hurt. But rant over. I'll be better. I'll be more profitable.
Yeah. You bury the football.
Bury it. That's gone.
It's funny that I like the Susie Colbert reference, because I can just imagine, like, we need somebody like that if we somehow get a third mic. But it'll be a female reporter, and she'll just show up. Maybe she'll have like her own segment that's just a 5-minute long segment. And she's like, John, I talked to head coach Joe. He said he's not going to be playing this week. Okay, thanks, Susie.
Thanks, Suze. You just get boomer like, thanks, Suze.
Thanks, Suze.
In that kind of thing, am I Tom Jackson?
You can be Tej.
A lot of people say I look like him, so that's good.
He goes, hey, Boom. What's up, Tej? You're absolutely right, Boom.
Love that. See, that's what we need. We do actually need a fourth mic. We need Susie, and we just need a guy that we make our picks just to be in the back. I'm like, just lock it up. We'll steal one of
former player. We need a former player.
We'll steal one of McAfee's guys. He's got like 7 dudes in tank tops that just hang off stage and just like, crack beers.
Great pick, Pat. Great pick.
Exactly.
What?
We need one of those.
What?
We just need a guy to just fillet our picks. Every time we make a pick, I'll be like, you know what? I like this pick. And he's just like, oh, it can't lose.
Anytime Pat McAfee, I love Pat McAfee. You hate him. But anytime Pat McAfee tells a story about like those guys in that locker room right there, or undeniable, the best guys I've ever had in my like entire football career. And then he tells a story about this one time, this guy in the locker room, he says, hey, Bill, I don't necessarily agree with what you're calling out there. And he fought him right in the locker room. And then all the guys that are like McAfee's friends are like, oh, bro, that's great. Like, they're just like hype men. They're all hype men.
That's all. I mean, maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to just hire a dude to just hype everybody we say and just be like dynamite dropping.
Dynamite drop. Let's get Jim Rome. What's Rome doing?
We should. We can
probably. Let me look this up. Highest paid, because we looked this up. I'm going to look this up. Hold on.
Look it up.
Go ahead. Sorry. Highest paid sports personalities. Would that be?
McAfee.
Oh yeah.
My McAfee.
What's oh wait, I'm getting like actual athletes. Let me hold on.
You're now you have to know. Now you just
now I'm just gonna
it's got to be like Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith.
Well, now yearly income for the radio show is around $30 million for Jim Rome. That's like, how is he one of the highest paid people? I don't know what he's on.
Don't worry about it. He's in your ear whenever you need him.
Huh. Nice.
Colorado.
Let's go out to Boulder.
Let's go out to Boulder. Wonder what music's playing in the locker room. Probably country. Not really.
Check that. Not really. Good one, Jim. Thanks, Jim.
Huge Chris Stapleton guys over there.
Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Nice. Just do Jim Rome segment.
Oh, we would do the whole. If it was, honestly, we might.
If we had a Patreon, there would be a Jim Rome only episode.
It would actually just be a 24/7 feed of me just doing it around the house until my girlfriend kicks me out.
You'd just be walking around like, nice one. Thanks.
So that's called cleaning the dishes. Check that. More like running water, like a stream. So it's just like, I don't know, like nobody gets it. Well, eventually we'll just do the one for us where we'll just do Jim Rome picks for pretty much the entire. I think we should do next week. No, scratch that. For Halloween, I think we should each pick.
Yeah, let's do a Halloween episode. Yeah.
I think for Halloween, you pick the sportscaster you want, and I'll just do it. We'll just do the whole.
Dude, I'm doing Mad Dog Russo. Oh, okay, yinzer, it's a good pick. I like that pick right there. I sit down with my gummy, and I had my gummy at halftime. I was on a different planet. I called my guy because I can't bet in the state that I'm in. I said, can I get 10 dimes on the over? It lost by halftime.
Did you see Francesa's talking about Tim Wakefield today?
I heard his eulogy was like, that was like stupid.
It was like an 8-second eulogy. He was like, Tim Wakefield, I've heard good things about him. Mediocre talent. He's like, rest in peace. Like, just apparently, which I didn't know because mediocre talent.
Okay. That you waited that long to do that, guy? All right. Okay. Back after this.
They had a 2-minute segment of him doing his on-air eulogies, and they're like, and some guy was like, he's like, what do you think of Stan Lee passing? He's like, who? And he's like, Stan Lee created Marvel. He's like, who cares? Go to commercial.
I never got into comic books. I never bought into Spider-Man and all that stuff. When Harambe got killed, there's an all-time clip of Francesa just being like, you're worried about the state of that gorilla in there? Somebody's kid's in there gonna get his head crushed by the gorilla. And he keeps calling him gorilla.
Frances is a treasure. Let's try to get him on. He'll probably come on for 10 minutes.
Mike and the Mad Dog. Dude, I watched this video about Mad Dog Russo, his morning routine. His feet hit the ground and he's like that. Like he's on Mach 10. And so there's a video of him. They took it down. I tried to find it last week where he's doing his morning workout and he's like on a treadmill in just like a YMCA being like, oh, I don't know about like, he's like running and his arms are up like how you think they would look when he was running, just yelling to a personal trainer about like some sort of trade. Like he's that guy. And then he's like, in the morning I get the crumb cake unless it's not there. And then I get the pumpkin loaf. Like he's just Mach 10.
I love it. He's living his brand. Well, let me ask you, we haven't heard what's new. What's new in the Dimes life? What's new in New York City? What's going on?
Well, I was sick. Now I'm not sick anymore.
Got the Roner?
I might have the Roner. Dude, back-to-back nights. John Mayer, just saw it. It was awesome. There was 2 songs that he played night 2 that are very, very rare. And he brought out a guitar that he hasn't used since 2019 to play Gravity's #1 hit. That was really cool. There's 2 songs that I wanted to hear that I didn't get to hear. I've seen him 7 times and I haven't heard either of these songs. I'm hoping maybe the 8th time when I see him in Scotland, that'll be
You just go to these concerts by yourself?
No.
Okay. Did you go with a lady?
Last night I went with a lady, yeah.
Did you? Were you like the whole time were you like singing it softly in her ear as he like sang this?
Your body's a wonderland.
Yeah, were you singing that to her? Was she like
No, but she that was the only song she knew by him.
Wow.
She was a good sport. She was a good sport about it though. She had fun.
How do you go about inviting her? Like, hey, do you want to go see a John Mayer concert? I've only seen him like 7 times, and then she's like, no, that's no red flag.
No, she knows that's my favorite artist. She knows that's my favorite artist.
She was into it.
Yeah. She's like, you kind of look like his cousin. And I was like, I'll take that.
You're like, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
So did you have to call your ex before you took this girl? Or are you still on the...
No, it was her.
Oh, it was her. Okay. You're not on the check with... You're not like it's not like a...
There wasn't a check with me. There was no
wasn't like, I didn't know if you looked at the sidelines or you're like...
Yeah.
Okay,
dude,
so no,
I still love an NFL quarterback when the hands are over the ears and he's like, what? Like
doing the check with me.
Yeah, check with me.
You know what? I'm glad love is blossoming back in.
She's never been to. So first off, she's like a 22-year-old film girl. Doesn't really necessarily fit her mentality and the way that she like dresses and acts. Doesn't really fit John Mayer fan vibes. She kind of like does her own thing. Her outfit choice was unlike anybody else at the show. But I thought it was cool because she stood out. Not in like a weird way, but just like it was not. She didn't just wear like the white corset top and then blue jeans and then white sneakers like every other woman in the world that went to that show.
Wrong with that. That's a winning combo.
I thought it was funny. The camera was panning over like the front row of like 45-year-old women that were Botoxed like to the like gills.
Love that.
And I was just like, those are all wives of EVPs, like JP Morgan right now. And they're just having the time of their life.
They're down there in the front row, more plastic than the ocean.
Good one, Jim.
Thanks. Crushed it.
Nice. Let's go out to Palo Alto.
Let's go. What's David Shaw doing?
All right, we can't get started on David Shaw.
We'll get stuck.
So but let me ask you. So other than that, let me ask you this, right?
Let's go.
My card this week is light. And the reason for that being is tomorrow I'm waking up early and I'm catching a flight. And I got to go to Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend. A non-betting state. I have to go to a non-betting state. I am in a wedding this weekend.
Okay. So we're taking this is like a bye week. This is like an FCS weekend for Frankie Dimes.
I'm gonna have to do so much research tonight and tomorrow in the airport before I leave to get these picks off and take advantage of like the profit boost and all this stuff.
If only you knew somebody that could place a few wagers.
I know, but I like it for my stats. I like it to keep it on my Pikkit account for my stats.
I get it, but don't be a stat hog. Okay, you gotta fire from the hip.
But this is what I want to ask you:
What's up?
yay or nay, fair or foul, yes or no, fall wedding.
Yes, but there's certain circumstances to it.
Okay.
If it's going to be a fall wedding, there has to be TVs on. I have to be able to see the game at all times other than the ceremony.
Okay.
If I have a drink in my hand, I should be able to turn my neck either way and see a game.
Okay.
Okay. Here's a contrarian view. I don't mind a fall wedding. Okay. First of all,
I'm not expecting this out of you.
Less sweating through the suit. I think the vibe's a little bit better. The girls aren't super caked up in makeup, so fall wedding you get some fall colors. You just got to do it the right way. If you're gonna have a fall wedding, there's got to be TVs on. There's got to be bars with TVs on. And actually, I don't mind the fall wedding for the pure fact that the girls want to go out there and dance a little bit, get sweaty. The guys can go outside, have a cigar, and watch the game. I actually don't hate it. It's got to be done right. It's a tightrope you got to walk.
I don't know if it's going to be done right.
Well, in that case, no. I mean,
the guy is a football guy, though.
Well,
he's a football guy.
You got to listen. If that's how you know the wedding's going to work, because if you can come together before and say, listen, you can have your wedding, you can have your centerpiece. I'm going to have football on the TVs. Then that's probably a good marriage. It's probably going to be a strong marriage.
I hope the best for them, but I don't know.
You're
bro.
not feeling it.
I wouldn't have a fall wedding.
Frankie Dimes. Well, Frankie Dimes is never getting married. He's married to the game.
Right.
But
if I were to get married to a woman, sorry, fellas, I would have it in the summertime.
I have a lot. Honestly, I think we should save this for next episode. I have a lot of thoughts on weddings. I've been to enough. I've officiated 3.
Wow.
I have my thoughts on weddings, and I feel like I'm now at the point where I could go with a wedding planner, and I could feel like I should just go along with them. Like, I'm gonna tell you what's not gonna work. Like, you need me in the DJ booth. Like, no one wants to listen to Chicken Dance. No one wants to listen to the Cha-Cha Slide. Like, put some
Chicken Dance. What wedding are you going to? Is this like some like Pittsburgh Polish thing?
Oh, actually, I would love to put the Pittsburgh Polka. Okay, I'd actually fuck with the Pittsburgh Polka. Okay. From the South Side to Tarentum, the Stellars have got momentum. Okay, I'd listen to that. But I can't. There's so many things I see at these weddings. I don't want to get too specific because my friends will be chirping in my ears. But I'm like, there's shit you do. We'll get into it next episode. Because we'll have a wedding recap, and I'm going to tell you.
We'll have a wedding recap, and I'll say what they did, and you could tell me
fair or foul,
good or bad. Okay.
I'm going to tell you, and everyone's going to say, what does an unmarried yinzer know about weddings? Guess what? Fucking everything. Because I've experienced from the other side. I can see the forest through the trees, and I can tell you what you're doing wrong.
Wow, I like that.
I'm just saying.
You can see the forest through the trees. I like that.
Here's the go. I'll tell you. We'll save for next week. I'm going to tell you what to do with the bridesmaids do wrong. I'm going to tell you what the grooms do wrong. I'm going to tell you what the officiants do wrong.
I'm in the wedding party. I just got to show up on time, smile, be kind. That's about it.
What are your thoughts about,
I got a foul before the wedding's even started. Can I tell you a foul?
Tell it to me.
The wedding is on Saturday.
Okay.
Rehearsal dinner?
Yeah.
Is tonight, Thursday.
Why?
Exactly, bro. Why?
What's going on Friday?
We're going to Top Golf and we're just hanging out.
Flip-flop those.
I know.
Whatever. We'll save this for next week. I have a lot of opinions on this. Honestly, everyone I've told these opinions to have looked at me and they're like, you know what, you're actually right. So maybe I should get in the wedding industry.
God dang it, he's right.
Maybe, yeah, they're like it's like the worst person just made a great point. It's just me.
Yeah.
That's me. Well, let's get into these picks. You have a light card. I have a very heavy card. I actually scratched you. I almost had 10 plays this week.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you. You're actually on the tee box, sir. You are up an incredible 18.5 units. So if this is the part of the pod you've been listening to, just turn those AirPods up a little bit because Frank's about to just give you straight cash. I mean,
I'm about to give you some heat. So starting off, it's Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Don't know when I'll be back. I have got some injury news in the Mac. And I'm sure most of us are well aware that Akron's dual threat quarterback, DJ Irons, is out this week. He will not be playing. So the Northern Illinois Huskies are coming to town, and they're laying 4.5 at Akron. Northern Illinois, also not exciting. Honestly, the move here is probably the under, but Northern Illinois, also not exciting. I'm planning on them getting up by 6, getting up by 7, and just taking the air out of the ball.
Python.
Yeah. Python. I like that. Boa constrictor. Do pythons constrict? Are they constrictors?
We'll get Steve Irwin on the show next week. I'll set it straight.
Okay, but my Northern Illinois -4.5, and that's an injury play. That's a
1 unit.
Akron, yeah, it's 1 unit. That's Akron doesn't have their best player, and I imagine the drop off and from quarterback to backup quarterback at Akron is pretty significant.
Well, you want to go Mac? I can play that game. I'll go Mac right back.
Okay.
I'm going to Iowa, or excuse me, not Iowa. Excuse me, Ohio.
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay, who they got?
Well, Iowa should probably be the fucking Mac, but that's what I'm saying. Ohio -26 against Kent State.
Jesus.
Kent State's terrible. I mean, I think this is easily a 30 to 35.
Friend of the podcast, Kent State.
Yeah, sorry. They'll tell you the same thing. Ohio -26, 1 unit play. Ohio is probably the class of the MAC.
Okay.
All over the yard. I don't like what I see with Kent State. You're talking about teams that have quit. I don't know if that team's quit. I just don't know if there's anything left in that cupboard after last year. So give me 26. I looked at the over Ohio 35.5. I wish that was 34.5, but if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So I'm going to take -26. 1 unit.
Okay. All right. I like that. My next one is the Rice Owls. They're home against UConn, who's back to doing UConn things.
They are.
And they're laying 9.5. And I like JT Daniels is tough as nails, man. I've been watching him on the second, probably like the 4th monitor mostly.
Yeah.
And he's taking shot after shot after shot, and he's staying in there. So we like Rice. We don't care who knows. -5.5, 9.5. Sorry, that's 1 unit play, and that's just UConn is so bad. That's my team is not as bad as your team play. That's like what that is.
All right. I'm going to go Army -3, 1 unit against Boston College.
Okay.
Army coming off a bye week. Boston College, once again, has just not proven me anything. Army off a bye. That's a tough team to play. Army's had a week to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like the Service Guys Air Force. I like a lot this year. Navy, not so much. But Army -3, I keep looking at that. I think that's just going to be a more physical team, more well-prepared team.
Mm-hmm.
Army, like every other game, is just going to kind of control it. I don't think Boston College is going to be able to tackle them. So give me Army -3 for a 1 unit play. We have a lot of weird games so far. We didn't plan this.
Yeah. I'm happy with this, though.
How many picks do you have total?
I think I have 4.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another one then.
Okay, go ahead.
Clemson -20.5.
Big numbers out of you this week.
I'm throwing these big numbers. Clemson -20.5. I've been on Clemson a lot. I think I've been fading them when I need to, playing them when I need to. This is definitely a Dabo, just circle the wagons game. Dabo knows that Clemson, they're going to have to win. They're going to with style points if they want to just keep this recruiting train going. -20.5. I know it's a big number. It's 21 at some books, but you can get 20.5 at like -115. I'd pay that extra juice, get it below that key number.
Okay.
But I think Clemson wins by 4 touchdowns, but I love getting that off that 21 number. So Clemson -20.5, 1 unit play.
Okay. My next one, I think it's a trendy dog, but I believe in it, is Washington State +3.5 at UCLA. I'm kind of like the road warrior this week, looks like. But I like Washington State. I like Cam Ward. A lot of fun. UCLA's got their freshman quarterback. Chip Kelly will dial it up, don't get me wrong. There's going to be points in this game. I just think that Washington State has the ability to do so. Granted, you could say, oh, UCLA, they don't throw the pick 6 against Utah. They beat them. But they're going up against Utah that is playing with like a 3rd-string quarterback, and they still didn't win. So that's what I'm basing it off of.
And Utah's strength is that defense. So I mean that's like saying you can't believe that Ole Miss was throwing it all over the yard.
Yeah.
Utah's going to force turnovers. Utah's going to get some big plays. I'm going to go to my next pick, and it actually kind of feeds off yours. I'm going Washington State +10 Notre Dame moneyline parlay. That's a 1 unit play.
Whoa. Well, hold on. Let me write that down. I like that.
Exactly what Frankie Dimes said. He said Washington State +3.5. I actually like Washington State to win as well. But you're getting that 10-point cushion. And like you said, UCLA is going to throw it over the yard. And would I be shocked if UCLA wins by a couple or if Washington State wins small? No. But I love that +10 with a Notre Dame moneyline parlay. Notre Dame's not losing to Louisville. I know they played Duke and it was tough. Duke played great. Notre Dame, a few mistakes. Like I said, this is a team that is learning on the way, but it's still a more talented team. And that is actually plus money.
Yeah, I
Plus
like that.
103.
I like that.
That's a 1 unit play for me. And then you have one more. So I'm going to give.
I got one more. It's 2 units.
All right. I'm going to give my next one. And then I got 2 more after that. So this is kind of a weird one. And this one is climbing. You can check my Pikkit account. Logan Diggs, over 70 yards for 1 unit. That is LSU running back Logan Diggs. He has hit over that number every single game. He's even been, I think he was at that number with 9 carries in his lowest game.
Okay.
That number, I'm going to caution you, that number, it's up to 74.5 already. And I think that's going to be by 83 or 84 by kickoff. That game, LSU, Mizzou, they're going to score. LSU's going to run to control that clock just to kind of, whenever they get the ball, to take some heat off that defense. I think that's a lock. Actually, if you check my Pikkit account, I bet that Tuesday night. I really like that bet.
Who do you like winning that game? Do you think Mizzou comes back to doing Mizzou things? Because it doesn't look like LSU has been able to defend anything all year.
No, the over is probably the smart play, even though it's a big number. But if I had to pick, I still believe in LSU. I still think the offense is so transformative, and I think LSU can get a few stops. But I didn't love it enough to lock it up, so that should tell you all you need. But Logan Diggs over 71.5. I would bet that number up to like 80.
All right.
I got 2 more, so I'm going to let you give. You want me to give another, or you want me to say my last 2?
I'll go,
Okay,
and then you can fire it up. I'm going to give you some stats. I'm going to give you some analytics here. Net starting field position. The team that is dead last in net starting field position with a minus 7.8 or 7.6, 7.86. 133rd in the country, that'd be Arizona State Sun Devils. So they're dead last in the country in starting field position. Runs before contact, coming in at the 116th team in the country. Runs before contact with 1.2 yards, Arizona State Sun Devils. One more. Defensive pass success rate at 128th in the country at 31.3%. Pass defense success rate is Arizona State Sun Devils. Colorado's laying 4 at Arizona State. Let me ask you this, Yinzer. Do you believe?
Do I believe? The answer is yes. But can I tell you something? And you know I am just an absolute fanatic about these sharp plays, these Vegas plays.
Everybody's all over Arizona State.
Every single sharp I have seen has either had this as a 1, 2, or 3 unit play.
I'll go 1 unit. I'm going 1 unit.
Arizona State is a steam. That doesn't mean it's going to be the right play. It just means this number. We talked about trap lines earlier. You think if I pitched you this number last week, you'd probably say Colorado 7, Colorado 8. It's 4.5, and it's staying right around that number no matter what's hitting it. I'm not saying that I would take, as Colorado has proven against
can score.
They've proven they can beat those public numbers.
Yeah.
So they've proven when everybody was on against TCU, they followed, and then it kind of backtracked. So
they killed Nebraska. I was all over that.
Killed them. Maybe this is the buyback point, or maybe
I've been on the right side of Colorado every week, though.
You have been. Maybe you're seeing the board a little more clear than the guys in Vegas. So you want Colorado
minus 4, 1 unit. We're going to downgrade it to 1 unit.
Okay.
And that's it.
I don't mind that. And like you said, from the outside, everything that Dime said is true. Everything that he said, it's just one of those games where when you look, why is this line not moving? And it's just something where you got to kind of throw your hands up. But sometimes, even in the case of the
This is Arizona State's bowl game. Other than the Civil War with Arizona,
that is true.
Arizona State not allowed to play in a bowl game this year, which is a smart move by them because they weren't going to make one anyway. And so they're like, "Hey, NCAA, we'll take a ban this year."
That's a big brain play.
Yeah.
All right, I got 1 more 1 unit, and then I got a 2 unit play.
That's like me saying, "Yeah, I'm not going to talk to Kendall. I'm not going to ask Kendall Jenner out.
I'm not asking her out this week." That's his name.
Okay.
Here we go. I like this as a 1 unit play. This is a 3-team sweetheart. We haven't had any sweetheart teasers.
Oh, let me write this down as
that's a 10. Sweetheart. That's a 10-point sweetheart.
Oh no, that's my Dion. Oh no.
Oh. All right, we got Texas over 50.
Okay. The Red River Shootout.
Red River Shootout. It's going over. Under 56.5. Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Over 37.5. Kentucky Georgia. Give me all those. Wow. 1 unit play.
Wow. We've been seeing how Georgia has been playing, though.
Yep.
and it's conservative and it's slow and there's not a lot of points.
So the thing is, I think Kentucky's only chance.
You have this teased, obviously.
What's up?
You have this teased, obviously.
I have a tease. It's 47.5. So if you like that under in real time, and I haven't thought about taking Georgia down to 4.5. I haven't thought about Kentucky. There's actually not a sweetheart teaser I don't love in this game.
I get
there's not a way I don't like you're adding 10 points to but the reason I like that 37 is we saw Georgia's offense start out slow last week, start to hit form. This is the part of the schedule Georgia's got to wake up. They've won 2 in a row. They know how to do this. They know how to ramp up. Kentucky coming off a big win. I love Kentucky. Kentucky's going to stay in it. I think this is a game where you see Georgia drop 28 or 30. Kentucky's good enough to score 14 or 10 easily. I think this game is played in the 40s. I like that as a 1-unit play. And again, that's Texas, Oklahoma over 50, under 56.5 Bama A&M, and then 37.5 Kentucky 1 unit. Are we ready for my 2-unit play?
Oh, that wasn't the 2-unit?
No, that's a 1-unit play.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I hope you got to have the over in the Red River Shootout. By the way, whoever, you have that's an automatic.
So, here we go. This would be a 3-unit play if I wasn't spraying the board so much because I don't like to play more than what am I? I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm at 8 units. I don't like to play more than
Okay.
What did we talk about in the beginning of the year? What does Coach Saban love more than anything in the entire world?
Rat poison.
He loves rat poison.
Charles Huff also likes rat poison.
He does. All I've heard this week, and everybody, the public, the sharps, the analysts, Bama's dead. Oh no, Milton here, his leg, his hamstring, Miller, his hamstring's hurt. Alabama, this is Saban's last time at A&M. Go ahead and fucking bury him because you know what I'm gonna do? Cash out at the window. It's not happening. You're giving me Bama at -1 right now.
Yep.
This team hasn't quit. A&M's playing a backup Max Johnson who loves to turn the ball over. I think he's a better thrower of the football than
he's not mobile. He's not mobile.
This Alabama defense is going to feast. I am not worried at all about Alabama getting enough points. I know the offense isn't the same Alabama we've seen.
Okay.
But I don't think they need to score more than 17 points to win this game. I don't know how A&M scores enough to keep Alabama from 17-21.
You don't think the combo of Petrino and Jimbo will dial something up?
When has A&M, like I said, since Max Johnson's been there, hasn't been the offense looked a little better, but they have not played a defense like this. This is the game where all week I've loved it. I was so worried all week that everybody's gonna be on Alabama. Everybody listened, every picks pod, every article I read, A&M. Maybe I'm wrong. And you know what? If the ship I'm going to go down on is Nick Saban ship, I'm good with that.
I'll buy that ticket.
I'll buy that ticket. If I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong. But you know what? I'm not going to be on the wrong side of Alabama in a game where everyone's doubting them when it's less than 1 point. So take all your analytics, take all your stats, take your injury reports, take fucking everything. I don't care. Yeah. Alabama -1, 2-unit play. I'm going down with the Crimson Tide. And you know what? If this is Alabama's last stand, then it's going to be me saluting Nick Saban as he goes out because this dude has been a money printing machine in these big games. I don't think Alabama loses this. I love it. I love the rat poison. I bet Coach Saban's going to take this clip and play it in the locker room because he's doing the same thing. He's standing in front of these guys every meeting and he's saying, here's what so-and-so is saying. He's saying this is my last trip to A&M. He's saying you guys are done. And they're going to come out. They're going to squeeze the life out of A&M. I think this is a 21-7, 21-10 game. I think Alabama rides out. I know it's on the road. I know A&M's a tough team. I know this is their year, and like you said, Petrino, but I just don't see it. I don't see enough firepower there.
I love that. I love that. You know what? Add it to my card. 2 units. 2 units. Alabama -1. Roll Tide roll. For all the same reasons Yinzer said. And this is absolutely quintessential. Nick Saban loves a loss. Nobody loves a loss like Nick Saban. Because he's like, he gets to bury the team. The media gets to bury the team. He gets to act like, woe is me, and just like motivate the guys to come out and start swing.
And like I said, this is not, we usually like to take these plays. We like to come from a place of here's what we think. We've seen this. This is purely a nutsack game.
Yeah.
This is just pull it out and put it on the table and say, you know what? I see what you got. I know what I have, and I'm taking Bama. So I'm going to do the quick recap. Frankie Dimes up 18.5 units. Why aren't you guys tailing him like just blindly? Northern Illinois -4.5, 1 unit. Rice -9.5, 1 unit. Washington State plus 3.5, 1 unit. Colorado -4, 1 unit. Do you believe? And
Do you believe?
Alabama -1, 2 unit play. So Frankie Dime's going to be up 20 plus units by the end of this week, and I'm calling it right now. Yinzer F.
Wow.
I'm calling it. It's going to be up 20. Logan Diggs over 71.5, 1 unit. Washington State plus 10. Notre Dame moneyline parlay, 1 unit. Army -3. Ohio, it's Bobcats, -26, 1 unit. Bama -1, 2 unit play. Clemson -20.5, 1 unit play. And the 10-point sweetheart teaser pleaser, Texas over 50.5, under 56.5 Bama, over 37.5 Kentucky. That's a 1 unit play. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 units out there this week.
That's great.
That's a chance to make over $1,400 if you're a $100 better. So, most of our guys are 1,000 dime droppers, not a big deal.
Wow.
But all I'm saying is, Frankie, have fun at the wedding. Come back. I want to do. I think we might be time for another megapod, another 2-parter next week.
I wouldn't hate a megapod.
We could do another megapod. I got some stuff that we got to get into, and I think next week's a pretty good week as well. But
okay,
anything you got to say? Because I'm getting the last word on this pod tonight.
You want the last word? Let me. We have 3 minutes left. I'm gonna do a new segment here.
Okay.
Let me find a good one for you. So you know how last week I said you were like stump the Schwab?
Yeah.
I think we should do a sports trivia segment where God. I ask you questions and you answer them. Since you're the Schwab.
Okay, let's hear
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Which NFL team has a logo only on one side of their helmet?
Steelers.
There you go. Good job, Schwabi.
That was easy.
Okay. Which NFL team is considered the oldest?
Packers?
It is the Packers. Good job, Schwabi. Good job, Schwabi.
Nailed it.
All right. Who was the first NBA player to test positive for COVID-19?
Oh, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. 3 for 3.
Touching all the mics.
3 for 3. Yinzer has yet to beat the Schwab in allegations.
Yeah. Well, he's a jabroni. Bring him on the show. I'll take him down.
I would love to see you and the Schwab go at it, bro.
It'd be the sweatiest competition of all time.
Just a lot of heavy breathing.
Like, where's Kraft Catering?
Are you okay? Did you run here? No, I just opened the door. What do you think? What do you think Schwab's goon cave looks like?
Oh, dude, I bet he's actually got it pretty tightened up. I bet he's like, do you think he's a Harley guy? Do you think he has like a lot of bikes, like a lot of like calendar bike pics with chicks?
Calendar, that's what's in his cave.
I think that's what Schwab does.
He's got like Sports Illustrated bottle girls yeah, that's what he's got. He's got the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition year after year. And he could answer the question on who's on the cover of each year.
He'll be like, she likes daffodils. He's like, thanks, Schwab.
I believe it was Heidi Klum.
Fucking nerd.
What do you got? Right. Your last word, all you.
You got anything else to say? You want to say goodbye?
No, you're gonna have. I predict you're gonna have a positive week this week. I like that 2-team teaser. I'm probably gonna take that.
So the last words we're gonna say this pod: Roll God damn Tide. Let's go, Bama, baby. We need it. See you later.
See it.